Rich people cheat more.
I don't agree. Rich have a better way of hiding it.
Today on Ask the Expert, we have got India's youngest female detective, Tanya Puri.
One of the husbands came to us and again he has a doubt on his wife. We saw that she would go to a hotel very regularly with this other man. When they did come down, it was his own brother.
While you're stalking your ex's new girlfriend, she's busy catching country's most sophisticated marriage scammers.
This woman who came to us, she had been with this boy for about 5-6 years. So then over time we got to know that every evening he was meeting many different women. He was actually an escort.
कुछ भी हो रहा है ना?
Yeah.
Why is that happening?
I mean, it might be difficult to digest, but as a pattern,
She has been featured on BBC World, Marie Claire, The Telegraph, India Today. Basically, your lives could go international.
the husband came कि मेरी mother-in-law का ना attitude मुझे सही नहीं लगता. We find out the boy's father and the girl's mother were both involved.
Oh, bhai.
Bangalore has the highest rate of people cheating on their partners at their workplace specifically. Mumbai, Delhi, all of them.
So if you're hiding secrets this shadi season, better hope she's not on the guest list.
I'll tell you how to spot things that may actually be red flags.
आपने कभी स्कूबी-डू देखा as a child?
हाँ.
That cartoon inspired you to become a private investigator.
I wish, but it was actually my father. I had a real life detective at home. He never pushed me to go ahead in any direction, but eventually I think around 11th grade I figured that I want to get into it.
So मेरा एक बहुत genuine question है that when do people hire a private investigator apart from when they have a doubt on their partner, and what for?
In relationships, when people have been together for many years, the one thing they want to obviously know is whether they're involved with somebody or not. But now the trend has changed. Families especially, they want to know about the finances, about education, about lifestyle. Lifestyle एक ऐसी चीज़ है जो पहले लोग ज़्यादा फोकस नहीं करते थे, but now they want to really know कि जैसे हम जीते हैं, क्या opposite party भी similar way में ही अपना time, अपने habits, उनके किस तरीके से है, and you know, do we align there? I'll tell you a very interesting case. A boy's family came and they said that the girl was from a very reputed family and well educated, and the boy's father, he just wanted to check sab sahi hai ki nahi. Basic background verification, and we actually figured out that that girl and her family, they were not actually a family.
What?
Yeah, they were con artists and they had been doing it since many years.
Is this a real thing in India?
It is.
Real
And
thing.
you know, that girl, that the father, the mother, they were all fake. And all that they would do is they would want to get married and, you know, वो ऐसे relationship शुरू करते थे. And eventually gifts exchange होते थे, पैसे exchange होते थे. You know how somebody would say that, oh, you're the daughter-in-law, so we'll get you this, that. So she would collect all of that through multiple people. And then 2 weeks before the wedding, she would call it off. It was a well laid out plan, multiple cities. And we found that about her and we informed the boy's family. और उसी time, obviously they abandoned the, you know, relationship. It didn't go forward. They were just very thankful कि सही time पर पीछा छूट गया हमारा.
How do you came to know about that these guys are con artists?
We are professionals, right? We've been in this industry for so long. We have teams all over India. So when we started monitoring her outdoor activities, we saw that all that she had said, वो सब झूठ था. तो उस झूठ पे झूठ, we started connecting the dots and we reached that point. We did a lot of inquiry and background check on her and her supposed family members. So we got to know a lot of factors from there also. I'll tell you how to spot things that may actually be red flags. I mean, which a lot of people miss. One of them is inconsistent stories. आपने कभी कुछ बोला, फिर दूसरी बात because आपने झूठ बोला था तो आप भूल गए, and then you connected it to some other instance, you know, eventually वो connect नहीं हुआ. If they're extremely private about their phones, that's something that causes a suspicion in a person's mind, and they would think that, you know, why so much privacy? It's okay to have individual lifestyles. It's okay to have different lives from each other, but you cannot totally disregard the other person in your life and hide everything from them. And their behavior is very inconsistent with you. Let's say पहले तो they were the kind जो बहुत detached थे. अब suddenly, you know, आपके साथ बहुत प्यार दिखाने लग गए हैं, बहुत इन्वॉल्व हो गए हैं, हर चीज़ में आपके साथ जाना है. Because the switch doesn't happen so fast. Or on the opposite side, if they have started to probably, you know, take care of themselves way too much than they would earlier, They have started dressing up different. They have started
Oh.
talking different. They have started spending too much time in the gym.
Oh,
That
shit.
happens.
Is there a sign?
It is because it's inconsistent in the way, something that flows naturally or is a discussion, that's a completely different thing. But it is one of the things that one must not ignore.
Oh, someone
Kitna?
would be at
How many hours can you spend in the gym? You may, if you're fitness obsessed since the beginning, great. If it is something that's always interested you, great. But if it's a sudden switch, then that's one thing you need to look out
maybe
for.
he consulted a doctor. So, आपके साथ कभी ऐसे हुआ that someone was too good to be true and their life was sort of messy?
There is a case that we did very recently, in fact. A girl's family, she was getting married into a big joint family. They were not even financially as strong as the girl's family, but they met through one of these websites. They started talking, and the girl told her mother about it. The mother was extremely forthcoming about it. You would think that parents would be more vigilant, they would be more conscious of it, and they would think that nahi, wo same economic background se nahi hai. But then eventually we got to know through a lot of investigation over time that the girl and her stepfather, he was not her real father, they were involved with each other.
What?
And the mother knew about it all along. And the mother wanted the girl to get out of the house as soon as possible. She was the daughter from her first husband, who was no more, and he was the second one. And they had a relationship going well behind the scenes, but the mother got to know. She never confronted the daughter. She never confronted her husband, but she got to know.
So we say that women have sixth sense and then their intuition is so
Yeah.
strong.
Yeah.
And still women are fooled so much by men, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
unka intuition bhi zyada,
Yeah.
unka sixth sense bhi hai, but
Yeah.
still in a relationship they are
Yeah.
blinded by love.
Women also want to sometimes give more chances, save their relationships. A lot of people, they come to us, they find out the truth and they still don't give up on relationships, I'll tell you about this woman who came to us, premarital case, and she had been with this boy for about 5-6 years. So it was a love marriage, and they introduced the parents. Everything was going well, but she just wanted to do a basic check again on him to see if everything is all right, if there is nothing that he's hiding, And we monitored his outdoor daily activities, and over time we got to know that while everything was okay during the day, he was absolutely going to the job that he says he works for. He's coming back home every evening, about late at night, in fact, he would leave home. He would tell his parents that he is going to meet the girl, but he would never go meet the girl. He was actually meeting many different women. He was actually like an escort for women. He would go, and we had to put an undercover in this case because we told the girl that nothing as such is coming out. We just see that he's meeting a different girl. Every day he's meeting somebody else. So there is something fishy, because if he was involved with just one girl, it would have been different. And we found out that he was actually an escort.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So
And
she stayed?
She stayed.
What?
And I'll tell you why she stayed. Because the guy said that I was doing this because I have a lot of debt to pay. I mean, she said, no, but I will help him out through this. He'll change. And she stayed. So there are a lot of second chances that are given. There's a lot of belief that somebody can change, or I will help this person change. And unfortunately, that's why this happens.
So do you have any other story where women stayed?
There was a girl who had gotten married to this guy. They were already married, and she had a doubt that he has an affair. Eventually, we got to know that he was visiting spas almost every second day, and the kind of spa where, he would meet different women, he would take them home. He had another home in the same city, apart from the one where his wife was. The wife actually caught him. He said a story. He said that I wasn't involved with anybody. I did not even have sex with somebody. I just felt like cuddling with girls. And this is just some... Yeah. So he said, I just wanted to cuddle with them. He narrated so many different experiences in their lives where he felt like emotionally it was tough for him. So he just looked out and he said, I never told you because I think you never understand, which was
why would
utter
she
lies. All of that was utter lie. And in fact, when she caught him, he was caught naked with another woman in the house. So I don't know how that amounts to cuddling, but well, it was.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. She gave him a chance because she...
Acha, after?
Yeah. They have a child together now.
What?
Yes.
Socha hoga bacha sab theek kar dega.
Sab theek kar dega, which is something that people have always felt somehow.
Kabhi aisa hua hai ki men gave the second chance to a woman?
I'd have to think about it. which tells so much about how relationships are. But
Yeah.
so one of the husbands came to us, and again, he has a doubt on his wife because she has been spending a lot of time outside home. She was not working. She was a homemaker, yet she would leave home and not come back for about 7, 8, 9 hours sometimes. He just doubted that she was involved with somebody who's an outsider. Eventually, we monitored her activities. We saw that she would go to a hotel very regularly with this other man. And one day we told the husband and we said, you can come and catch them red-handed. Why don't you? He took another room so he could wait at the hotel lobby. And when they did come down, it was his own brother.
What?
Yeah. So she was involved with her brother-in-law. And all of this, they just kept quiet through the years and they're still together because family image. So it never came out in front of many, many people. There was no divorce, nothing.
Nothing happened.
No. They're just in a relationship where she is actually perhaps still involved with the brother-in-law, who knows, but they're not divorced yet. They're still living together. So the man gave that chance because I think he wanted to protect the societal image of this perfect couple and a perfect family, because a well-known family in the city.
Why is that happening?
I mean, it might be difficult to digest, but as a pattern, people stray a lot when they feel dissatisfied with their partner. Now, that is not an explanation to cheating, but that's the pattern. Either it is physically or emotionally, and emotional cheating comes first, always. So I feel that when they don't really get that feeling with their partner anymore, where they feel understood or they feel like I'm not getting my due as a partner, a lot of people stray out, and that's the unfortunate reality we're in right now, which is why a lot of people are doing it at their workplaces, spending more hours with their colleagues rather than people at home because of the nature of work. So, hospitality industry, aviation, it's happening where a lot of people get more opportunities, more time bahar kisi ke saath. So that's why they cheat,
So do you think a lot of affairs starts at the workplace?
A pattern says yes, a lot of them do. Workplace affairs are fairly common, especially in, big cities. It happens.
Big cities like?
Bangalore. Bangalore has the highest rate of people cheating on their partners at their workplace specifically. Mumbai, Delhi, all of them. There have been cases where, the husband was involved with his own assistant, and the wife said, okay, I am going to talk to him about it. I'm going to make sure that the girl is thrown out of the company because it was his own work.
Yeah.
And she was moved to another city. But when we got to know that in another city, he had a child with her, and he never had a child with this wife because he said that I don't want to have children, So the wife gave into that, and the wife was okay despite her wanting children. But she said it's okay, we can still live happily together without children. But he actually had a child and a full life in another city.
मैं तो कहूँगी कुंडली बाद में दिखाओ, पहले private investigator के पास जाओ.
Exactly. People don't want to spend money on premarital. उनको अपनी शादी बड़ी करनी है, शादी पे लोग बुलाने हैं. I always tell them that call 10-20 people less, but spend that money on getting investigation done, because eventually post-marital cases का ये pattern है कि उन्होंने pre-marital कभी कराया ही नहीं था. And it can break somebody's faith in the concept of marriage. It's not that. In fact, it's a very empowering thing to know the truth, because आपको ये समझ में आता है that वो आदमी या वो औरत गलत थे. Concept में कोई problem नहीं है. अगर आप आंखें खुली रखकर और अपना दिमाग यूज करके शादी करोगे किसी से, एंड यूड असेस दीज थिंग्स ओवर टाइम. लोग एक दूसरे के साथ सिर्फ 2 मीटिंग्स के बाद हाँ बोल देते हैं. गो हैव कॉफी विद देम, गो शॉप विद देम, गो सी व्हाट दे डू, हाउ दे डू इट. क्या वो सारी पेमेंट कैश से कर रहे हैं, क्रेडिट कार्ड से कर रहे हैं? Maybe there's somebody जो सब पेमेंट सिर्फ क्रेडिट कार्ड से कर रहा है. You'll be okay getting married to somebody like that.
And so cash से भी करे, that is also black money.
These are things जो ignore अगर आप नहीं करोगे तो शादी के concept में या institution में there is no problem. I've been happily married for about 9 years, and I feel that it should only strengthen your trust in the institution, that having the right partner actually makes your life better, right? So I mean, I feel जब लोग हमारे पास आते हैं, it feels sad. But I'm still glad that मैं उनको factually जो information है वो बता पाई हूँ, rather than keep them in the dark.
Celebrities cheat a lot. Every third person is cheating in the industry. Is that true?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. I feel that cheating as a concept has increased overall. Bollywood बस under the radar ज़्यादा आता है, and I feel like Bollywood में बहुत cases हैं where people have open marriages, where people are going behind people's back and doing what they're doing, yet they have a power image to maintain. Also, their working hours are extremely long. They go for these outdoor shoots and they're always spending time with other people, that they end up having these adjustments. She'll have a different life, he'll have a different life, but they know what's happening. There was an actress who's very popular, known to be very bubbly and, cheerful, and she is involved with somebody who is not from the industry. And they've been together for very long, and people consider them such a sweet couple. There's a lot going on behind in her life. She does a lot of these events. She'll go for events and she'll do public appearances. Actually, मैं वो hotel room में जाकर उनके साथ one-on-one, जो भी करती है, but she is into that kind of a business where she makes all that money from that. All the great bags, the shoes, everything she has, it all comes from there. He knows all about it, because he is a part of this entire business and the events that are happening. He's a very big contributor in that.
My God, this is shocking. फिर शादी क्या रहेगी? Like, what is then marriage about?
I think for them, marriage is less about, the feelings, and it is just an institution that they get into for their parents or for the society.
कोई honey trapping का case
रहा है. Again, it was from a high profile family. वहाँ पर वाइफ को ही डाउट था that husband जो है वो किसी के साथ involved है. He was a 65-year-old man and that girl was 32. He got into it because he felt very lured towards her. She was a very attractive looking, very pretty looking girl. And उसके ऑफिस में intern बन के आई थी. जब हमने बाद में पता किया, she had made a lot of private videos with him that she threatened to share with everybody, on Instagram and on to his family. And he had to give a lot of his wealth that he had accumulated and some shares in his company to her name. So that happened, and we got to know that eventually because हमने undercover लगाया था उस case पे.
Ooh, shit.
Yeah.
Undercover गए हो?
Not me, but my team sometimes has become vegetable vendors.
Really?
They have. We had a case where the wife came to us. She felt that the husband was involved with her maid at home. She said, मुझे दिखता है वो घर पे कुछ नहीं करते हैं क्योंकि कैमरास लगे हुए हैं, बट मुझे ऐसा दिखता है, फील होता है that there's something. तो आप इन्वेस्टिगेट करो. एंड उस मेड के घर के बाहर काफ़ी टाइम तक my investigator had to become a vegetable vendor because, we had to observe. We couldn't stand there for too long just like that. It became a part of the entire community because सब्जी वाले तो नए जगह पे अपना ठेला लेके खड़े हो ही सकते हैं. So that's what she did for very long. And what we found out was that he was actually involved with her, and they would go out so often. They would go to different hotels also.
With the maid.
Yeah. He would say, मैं ऑफिस जा रहा हूँ, घर पे तो यही बोल के आता था और उसके घर पे जाता था. So that was there, So we have taken a different garb a lot of times. My team has.
I have heard this. Rich people cheat more.
I don't agree. I feel that it depends on the mindset. So if your mindset says you can cheat, whether you're rich or poor, you cheat. Rich have a better way of hiding it. They have more ways to hide it seamlessly into their lives rather than the poor, जो पकड़ा जाएगा because बहुत चीज़ें opportunities नहीं है उनके पास. One of the CEO of a company, he actually bought a house right in front of his building for his executive assistant, and they had a full-blown relationship. The wife caught them as well, all under wraps because the husband said that, here, take this XYZ diamond sets, take this money, take my cards, but do not blot it out, So it never came in front of anybody because he had the resources to hide it. More probability in the rich because of that, because they're more confident they can hide it.
But cheats.
And public image is important, of course.
So if someone wants to hire a private investigator for
Yeah.
pre-matrimonial, post-matrimonial,
Right.
तो कितना cost रहता है to hire a private investigator?
See, it could start anywhere from 25,000, go up to 6.5 lakhs.
Oh.
It depends on what you're getting done, how much team is required for that, what is the time period that will be taken for the same. So those are the factors.
What are the equipments you use?
I can't share all the equipments that we use, but I think the one most important that people usually don't even realize is a smartphone.
Oh.
And a smartphone with a great zoom camera It works very well in that. In fact, and devices as small as dots that I said earlier that they could be in the watch one is wearing, the phones that are kept, you just have to install it from one corner and वो कहीं भी चीज़ पड़ी होगी आपको मालूम भी नहीं चलेगा that you're being recorded. Button cameras are a thing of the past now. Everything has really transformed now. It's become better. I mean, like meta glasses are so common for everybody, right?
Yeah.
So I feel that these things are coming up now more and more, and it's one way where you can actually monitor a lot of things. But outdoor surveillance is the most important one that gives you a lot of insight and that gives you the truth.
What more investigations related to pre-matrimonial or post-matrimonial has come to you apart from affairs and apart from that doubt on their partner? किसी और चीज के लिए?
See, education के ऊपर बहुत आए हैं pre-marital cases, like people fake their status in a company, how much they've studied. They do that a lot because again उन्हें लगता है that that's safe. जब उन्हें शादी करनी है तो वो aspect छुपा सकते हैं किसी से बहुत आसानी से और लोग उसको मान भी लेते हैं. They don't even get it verified. But there are some people who come and say that नहीं आप इसकी verification भी हमें करके दो. Like there was a man who said that मैं एक company में managing director बनने वाला हूँ. वो नहीं था, बिल्कुल भी नहीं था. वो अपने घर से मॉल जाता था, मॉल से गेमिंग आर्केड जाता था, बीच में स्मोक लेता था अपनी, फिर किसी दोस्तों से मिलने चले जाता था. That's all he was doing. And he was saying, I'm in line for this role in a very big company. मैंने अभी छोड़ी है दूसरी because I'm about to get this. So it was a very common lie that he said, but सच में घर बैठ के पता नहीं मूंगफली चबा रहा होगा, I don't know. But he wasn't doing anything at that point. I'll tell you one case where a guy and a girl were about to get married and वो एक matrimonial website से मिले थे. And she said, before I could take it to my parents, मैं आपसे थोड़ा verify कराना चाहती हूँ if all's okay about him. वो मुझे बहुत gifts देता है लाके. He says हमारे पास ये है, हमारी लाइफ इतनी फैंसी है, बट मेरे पेरेंट्स थोड़े हम्बल हैं, मुझे बहुत शौक है बड़ी बड़ी चीज़ों का. सो he'd be wearing great brands, he'd take her to good places also. Eventually we got to know that he had been dating multiple women at the same time, जिनको सबको वो ये स्टोरी बोलता था that financially मेरी हालत बहुत ख़राब है, तो मेरे पेरेंट्स के पास उतना नहीं है, ये सब तो मैंने जो पहना है ये तो पहले का है, अब इतना नहीं है. And he would keep collecting money from them because they would help that बेचारा उसको पैसे चाहिए. And then he would use that money to impress another girl and take her out on dates. And this process kept going on. So he was actually not involved with anybody, but this was all just to keep taking money, impressing more girls. कि बस लड़कियां घुमाने का शौक है. That's why.
सिर्फ लड़कियां घुमानी है,
शादी किसी से नहीं करनी है, बस
लड़कियां घुमानी है और पैसा चाहिए.
पैसे चाहिए.
मैंने बहुत लोगों को देखा है, like people are before getting married, people also want to know कि what diseases have been running in this family. तो लोग diseases को भी बहुत छुपाते हैं कि this guy is having problems internally, organ failure हो रखा है या कुछ भी है, and then still
I would
want to
say
get married.
कुंडली मत मिलाओ, medical history check कराओ. You also get a medical test done. If people feel conscious that हम उन्हें कैसे बोलें, आप साथ में करा लो, उसको भी वो राइट दो दैट आपकी भी मेडिकल हिस्ट्री उसको जानने का पूरा राइट है. बट गेट दैट डन बिकॉज दैट इफ यू वांट टू हैव अ फैमिली विद दैट पर्सन इवेंचुअली एंड यू वांट टू हैव अ लाइफ विद देम, कुंडली से कुछ नहीं होगा. वन वे टू नो वुड बी कि आप खुद ऑब्वियसली एक मेडिकल टेस्ट कराओ. दूसरा, इफ यू कम टू अस विद दैट, व्हाट वी कैन चेक इज दैट वी कैन मॉनिटर their outdoor activities. We can find out if they're actually regularly visiting some clinic for this. That's one takeaway from that where we could see. But this is something जो आपको हमारी ज़रूरत ही नहीं है, आपको अपने आप ही खुद फर्स्ट स्टेप लेकर ये करना चाहिए.
कि कभी ऐसा कोई केस हुआ है जिसके बाद you felt like कि shit भाई, this profession is maybe like not for me या this is getting so difficult for me?
एक बार हुआ था, हमने एक लड़के की फैमिली पर केस किया था एंड ही वाज फ्रॉम अ पॉलिटिकल फैमिली एंड हमें ये मालूम चला था दैट द फादर एंड द सन बोथ हैव बीन इन्वॉल्व्ड इन अ लॉट ऑफ फाइनेंशियल फ्रॉड्स एंड इन डिफरेंट सिटीज़ एंड उन्होंने काफ़ी लोगों के पैसों के साथ घपला किया है. एंड व्हेन वी फाउंड आउट एंड वी टोल्ड दैट टू द गर्ल्स फैमिली accidentally blurted it while having a discussion that they got investigation done. तो जो वो लड़के की फैमिली के एक्सटेंडेड फैमिली मेम्बर्स थे और बहुत सारे लड़के थे, दे केम इन अ बिग कार एंड दे वर फॉलोइंग मी and they stopped my car in the corner and they said कि अपने औकात में रहो, आप एक औरत हो. That's the one time that this has happened with me, and it scared me obviously, but that was the only experience I remember that shook me for a
आपके
bit.
घर में 2 Sherlock Holmes हैं, आपको तो भगवान से भी डरना नहीं चाहिए.
तो वो उन्हीं की वजह से my mindset, in my mind I said that जो भी होगा next moment में, because you don't know what will happen, but I'll face it. That was the only thing, and they all left and never came back, so that was a good thing.
और किस लिए आते हैं? लाइक कोई फैमिली हिस्ट्री जानने के लिए आता होगा.
जब आप फैमिली के बारे में जानना चाहते हो, उनके टॉक्सिसिटी पैटर्न्स पता चलते हैं, राइट? एक बार हमने एक केस किया था, लड़के की फैमिली के ऊपर ही करना था, एंड द गर्ल सेड कि आप मुझे ना फैमिली के डायनामिक्स जानने हैं, बाकी सब तो मुझे पता है, फैमिली में क्या डायनामिक्स है, क्योंकि एक एल्डर ब्रदर था और उसकी वाइफ थी. हमें इंक्वायरी से पता चला कि वो एल्डर डॉटर इन लॉ को तो घर की नर्स की तरह ट्रीट किया जाता है. एक घर में ओल्डरली, मतलब उस लड़के की नानी और नाना साथ में रहते थे. उसका पर्पस सिर्फ उनका ख्याल रखना है, और उसको कोई जॉब करना अलाउड नहीं है, उसको कहीं बाहर लेकर नहीं जाते. एवरी टाइम दे वुड लीव द हाउस, इट विल जस्ट बी द 4 of them, the 2 sons and the parents. उसको घर पर ही रखना होता था. और जब वो सबके बीच में मिलते थे, so she'd be all decked up like everybody else but stay quieter. तो लड़की को वो भी डाउट था कि ये इतनी चुप क्यों है, आई फील ये शेयर क्यों नहीं कर रही है. एंड इवेंचुअली वी फाउंड आउट दैट द मदर इन लॉ वाज एक्सट्रीमली कंट्रोलिंग, एंड शी हैड दिस थिंग कि फेस्टिवल्स में इसी तरीके से पार्टिसिपेट करना है, आपको ये काम नहीं करना है, ये करना है. So when you do check about the families, which a lot of people miss, I think one factor is to check the family dynamics. जो लोग रहते हैं उनके बीच में relationship कैसा है. That's important because that will predict your future in the family as well.
ऐसा मैंने सुना भी है कि लाइक ठीक है, प्यार ठीक है आपस में, बट ऑल्सो यू नीड टू लव द फैमिली, यू नीड टू फॉल इन लव विद द फैमिली ऑल्सो, एंड दे शुड ऑल्सो गिव दैट बैक टू अस.
Because it's very easy to have a curated image, these days of the family also. But eventually जब आप थोड़ा insights लोगे, back story देखोगे, तो वहाँ पे cues पकड़ो अपने कि families actually में कैसी है. पोस्ट मैरिटल केस है और बहुत साल पहले आया था, और शिमला का एक केस था. बेसिकली एक हस्बैंड वाइफ है, एंड द हस्बैंड केम कि मेरी मदर इन लॉ का ना एटीट्यूड मुझे सही नहीं लगता है, मुझे लगता है शी इज़ वेरी कंट्रोलिंग, शी हैज़ सम इन्वॉल्वमेंट इन माई लाइफ बिकॉज, और मेरी वाइफ उनको बताती होगी, तो आई एम नॉट कंफर्टेबल. आप चेक करो कि क्या वो दोनों एक दूसरे के साथ बाहर जाके बातें करते हैं, क्या करते हैं, राइट? सो हमने कहा ठीक है, हम तो आउटडोर एक्टिविटीज ही मॉनिटर कर सकते हैं, लेट्स सी व्हाट वी फाइंड आउट. द मदर इन लॉ वाज इन्वॉल्व्ड विद द बॉयज फादर.
ओ भाई.
सो द बॉयज फादर एंड द गर्ल्स मदर were both involved. They would go to hotels together, क्योंकि घर में तो किसी के सामने कुछ कर नहीं सकते हैं, तो वहाँ पे तो समधी हैं, but they would actually go out and they would go to the hotels together, which is why she was so involved in the life, क्योंकि उनको सब कुछ फादर से ही पता होता था, बीवी ने तो कुछ करा भी नहीं था. So this perfectly happy marriage was not so happy after all.
कुछ भी हो रहा है ना
इस
जमाने में. तो मेरे पास कुछ स्टेटमेंट्स हैं, then you have to tell me कि ये myth है या fact है.
Okay, let's go.
Rich men cheat more.
Not true.
Not true. Once a cheater, always a cheater.
Quite true.
Fact.
Yeah, fact.
Is there a reason you feel strongly about?
I think it's again because cheating is a mindset. Cheating has got, situationally, a lot of people may cheat once or twice sometimes, and people forgive them, but your mind convinced you that that was the right path, and I feel like that's where it ends, that if you have, then you may do it one more time.
Long distance relationships usually end in cheating.
Not true. Not true.
But chances ज़्यादा होते हैं ना उसमें?
Chances इसलिए हो सकते हैं because you're very far off from your partner, and of course you're more in touch with somebody else, but that's not factually true.
Biggest thing people lie about is finance.
No.
Then what is the
ongoing relationships followed by lifestyle.
Cheating is more common in big cities than small towns.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Oh.
Small towns are coming at par, unfortunately, but big cities में more common है.
Love marriages have fewer secrets than arranged marriages.
True. Yeah.
If someone's too good to be true, they probably are.
Fact. Yeah. Fact.
दिक्कत है.
Check तो कराना चाहिए because nothing is ever perfect. So perfection is a myth, and I feel that if you're looking at someone and feeling like they're too perfect, there's something that might be going on behind the scenes.
कुछ तो गड़बड़.
Yeah.
Women catch lies faster than men.
True.
True.
Yeah.
और फिर सबसे ज्यादा सेकंड चांसेस भी वही देती हैं.
दे देती है, but yeah.
दिल की बहुत अच्छी होती है. Dating apps have made it easier to cheat.
True.
डेटिंग ऐप पे तो लड़के सामने से ही बोल देते हैं कि आई हैव अ वाइफ बट आई एम लुकिंग फॉर अ गर्लफ्रेंड, या मतलब बता देते हैं सीधा सीधा.
वो भी है.
Women investigates more.
True.
I think it's a good place to wrap it up, Tanya. I had a great session, great gossip session with you. Got so many tea, got so many stories. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching this episode. If you like this video, hit that subscribe button, share it with your friends, and comment below what should we ask Tanya next.
Bye.